Man, this is wild. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore, and man, I didn't expect to hear about this news. Apparently, Gina Carano, who shot an episode of Man vs. Wild with Bear Grylls, which goes on National Geographic, which is owned by Disney. We never thought we'd see the light of day of this episode, since Disney has removed Gina Carano from The Mandalorian and condemned her and moved on. But apparently, we will now see this episode. Want to hear something cool? This came in straight from Gina last night. Just so happens you will be able to see my Bear Grylls episode on Nat Geo. After all, Bear is a real one. I'm so glad you're going to get to see it. My heart is so full. Airs on Nat Geo May 10th at 9 p.m. Never give up. So amazing to hear. And here's Bear Grylls adding to it. Your Running Wild journey was an incredible one. It would have been so sad not to hear your powerful story of many struggles and many triumphs. Here we go. So I guess, sorry, this one's called Running Wild, where he does it with sort of the celebrities. This isn't Man vs. Wild, but he's the man from Man vs. Wild, which, to be fair, full coverage. A lot of people have been mad at him for faking his shows. But I hate to break it to you guys. Most television shows are fake. Reality shows, all of them, they all sort of shoot things real and then recreate things just to sort of give themselves more footage. It happens on every show. Just a way to keep down costs. That said, Bear's really out there in the woods, and he's putting himself at risk from time to time. Now, granted, not all of it's there, and I think they had to add some disclaimers and things, but they're really in the elements for some of it, and it is what it is. It's more of an interview show, I see this. It's more of an interview show where they're in the elements, interviewing each other, doing some things. Look, I don't watch this show to really, at least this interview show with Gina, I don't care as long as they're out there in the woods having an interesting interview and pushing themselves a bit, it's enough for me. But look, to be full disclosure, a lot of people don't like Bear Grylls, but Gina does, and therefore I do too, because I think this is great. This is impressive that Disney, who owns this show and could have easily put the kibosh on this, is deciding, you know what? Let's let fans see it. And as many people have been chiming in on this thread, including Drunk 3PO, I guarantee it'll be the most viewed episode of the season. Who wants to watch a watch party with him? Look, he's right. This will be probably the most watched episode, especially on Hulu, or I guess it's on Disney. Will this be on Disney Plus? Will be even more fascinating. There is a National Geographic channel and hub on Disney Plus, so it'll be interesting to see a new episode featuring Gina on the platform. Does this mean Disney could eventually open up and say, you know what? We've rethought it. Come back and play Cara Dune in season 3. You're not going to be in Knights of the Republic, but you want to come do another episode? The fact that they apparently aren't killing her character, it's a good sign. James Gunn can come back. Why can't Gina Carano come back? That's what I say. Look, all the people who hate on Gina, I don't know why. Just because she has different political beliefs. She never did anything. She never did the things that they accuse her. We've hit this to death, but it's important I say it every time. Gina Carano isn't the person that people are labeling her. It's not right. So I applaud Nat Geo. I applaud Bear Grylls for making this happen. This is great news. Where was it? This is, yeah, there it is. This is great news to hear. And of course, a lot of people getting in there. Thank you, Bear. You're one of a kind. A lot of people excited. My man Marcus in there. So damn proud. A lot of applauses. Nothing but respect for Bear. Thanks for not bowing to cancel culture. She deserves to be seen and heard. And that's the real reality here. It's like, look, what do these people want with her? To never work again? And so it's good to hear that, no, she can still do opportunities, especially on Disney. It wouldn't surprise me to see her, elsewhere. But to see her now on the Disney Plus platform that just canceled her, that's a big move. And good on her for, I mean, of course, why wouldn't she be okay with it? She should be. This is only positive for Gina. But I'm impressed that Disney allowed this to. What do you? I'm curious, though, what you guys think. Do you think it's possible for Disney to eventually change their mind on this? I just don't see them doing it. That said, they did it for James Gunn, but James Gunn was sort of more well-liked by the liberal Hollywood elite, right? It's like he sort of, the whole cast stood by him. They came forward. Gina would need that kind of support, which maybe she did get behind the scenes, but I remember when James got pushed out, the whole cast did it. It's disappointing the Mandalorian cast didn't have her back the same way. Because they should know the person that she is actually in real life, and not just sort of the politics she shares on social media. They should also be aware of how social media treated her and bullied her and got her fired. It's sickening what happened. So could she come back, though, is the question. As we're looking through here, outstanding. I mean, he's getting a lot of good feedback here, and it's a good sign here to show that people are finally pushing back on this idea of cancel culture. While I do believe Gina got completely railroaded and it's unfair and it did affect her career, she's not letting herself get canceled. She's fighting back. She's getting gigs. She's working continuously. She's got a lot of supporters, and so therefore she wasn't canceled like like the term actually you'd think. I do think she was to an extent, but she didn't let anybody cancel her, which I think is what's really impressive and inspiring, and why I want to make sure we shared this story and keep reporting on it. But a lot of good feedback in here. Thanks for supporting Bear Grylls. Thank you for stepping up and doing the right thing. Yeah, really, I figured there would be some Gina hate in here, but there's really not. Gina has done a good job of sort of pushing out her haters on her own threads. But looking here, wow, it's good. It's just refreshing and surprising for me to see all this positivity on social media, especially aimed at Gina. It's rare, sadly, but the good ones are out there, and Bear's one of them, and respect indeed for all this. Now, did Gina get any hate? I'm curious as we look. I mean, most of this is going to be her. Now they're making fun of Bear Grylls on hers. How many hotels did you film while filming this episode? I think this is mean. I don't think he's a fraud. He's an actor. It's a series. She has free speech. She also has to live with the consequences of her actions like an adult. Rightist crybabies are the biggest crybabies. You sound pretty crybaby right now. But yeah, a lot of people on the side of Gina, which is really great to see. Really helpful to know that that's happening. So who knows how real it is. It sounds like it's real enough. We're going to get to see Gina running in the wild, telling apparently some how did he phrase it? Sorry, bear with me. Yeah, here it is. To talk about her powerful story of many struggles and triumphs. I imagine they're not going to be able to talk about the Disney Plus thing because they probably taped this a while back. He pre-tapes these a lot. But we'll at least get to hear more of Gina's actual, full stories, which I look forward to checking out. So what do you guys think? Are you going to check this episode out? Have you seen Running Wild with him and his celebrity friends going in the wild and doing these things? Do you care if it's fake or not? I want to hear all your thoughts down in the comments below. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button for me. Smash that bell to all alerts, and then smash that like button as well. Tell me your thoughts. This is good news for Gina, good news against cancel culture, and I'm grateful for Bear Grylls and Discovery. I guess it's National Geographic for not sticking this episode in the never ever seen. The fact that we get to watch this on May 10th is a huge deal. So congrats to Gina and Bears. Stay tuned here and watch these. In the meanwhile, we'll be live tonight. It's Tuesday night. Tuesdays, Thursdays live 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much for watching Popcorn Planet.